What is going on YouTube? Lucky Madman here, coming out with you another video. Today we talk about changes to RTA. Now, I spoke about this earlier on stream, and I wanted to share this with you guys on YouTube. So just remember that this portion that I'm about to show after this part of the video is actually from our live stream. If you ever want to catch me live, Twitch TV/Lucky Madman, and you'll be able to catch all my content live. Hit that follow button. If you guys like this video, please make sure you like this video, follow the subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment if you have any questions or any other further ideas you'd like to share about what you think can change in RTA. Now we know RTA is a very controversial area of the game. It seems like it's the end game content, but there are a lot of issues and we're not really seeing much done about it. So I'd really like to see what you guys have to say for it, and maybe, hey, Comtos watches this and takes some ideas away from us, and maybe actually improves an area of a game that seems like it's meant to be the end game content. So I hope you guys enjoy. I will see you next time. Goodbye. The only issue is I haven't got things ready for the screen, but Comtours can easily fix RTA. Okay, it's a very easy fix, and I don't know why they're not doing anything about it now. Okay, so I think the biggest issue I see with RTA is, like, why do people want to play it at certain ranks? Okay, that's a question I always ask myself. RTA, what does that actually bring players? Okay, why would people want to play RTA? Yes, it's like the epitome of all PvP content. All right, it is the way you prove where you stand amongst your peers in the game, and that's why you do it, to find out where you stand compared to everyone else, right? That's why people do RTA. Okay, so why do they allow people to be able to abuse that system, to allow people to not end up in a position where they should be in the game? Now, that's where my biggest issues are with the game, okay? My biggest issues is that they allow people to farm it. Now, should it be farmable content? I don't think so. I don't think people should be able to farm RTA. So one of my fixes I've always thought about for RTA is it benefits early game and it also benefits end game players. And the first thing is to provide a hard cap on ranks. So from the season before, it will determine how low you can drop the following season. If you're a Guardian finished player, you cannot drop lower than Conqueror the following season. So you'll only be able to fight Conqueror level players or higher, and you'll start off at Conqueror. So you'll be guaranteed Conqueror rewards for the following season for getting Guardian. It doesn't mean that as a fighter player, you can't climb up. It just means as a Conqueror player, as a fighter player, you don't fight these people that are farming for 2/3 of the season, 3/4 of a season, and then they end up climbing up to Guardian in the last week. We want to stop that from happening. We want to be able to provide the early game players a much healthier environment for them to actually play RTA. And right now, they don't have that available to them. So we need to make it a bit easier for early game players. So that's my first suggestion. The next suggestion to kind of stop all the farming is to also set up a system where auto is not possible. Because right now, a lot of the issues that early game players are also finding is that when they fight people, they're not even picking units. It's auto picking for them, and they're also hitting the play button. Like, they're just hitting the auto button, or they're just letting it time out. So the next suggestion I have is if you do an auto play through RTA, you have to remove auto from RTA. If you miss your turn, you get timed out, you get punished. Okay? So what I'm suggesting in here is RTA is a PvP, player on player. It should be me fighting someone else, not me fighting someone that's put their devices aside and doesn't give a fuck. Right? That's not what I'm trying to do. That's not what the intention of RTA is to do. So why promote a possibility for someone to do that? So punish people that do that. Because right now you're punishing people that don't do that. You're finding ways for people to be able to farm. So get rid of the auto button. And what's it called? Yeah, so get rid of the auto button and punish those that auto through there. So even if if your timer runs out to 0, you get a strike. Your timer runs out to 0 again, you get a strike. Third one, get a strike and you get disqualified. That's all you need to do for that to fix early game problems. Is there any other issue early game players have with RTA besides that? I think the other thing that early game players would have an issue with would be rewards around it. There needs to be something that helps early game players to feel incentivized by doing RTA. And RTA is all about cosmetics as rewards. So one thing I was thinking was, if they made it based on participation, then it's easier to bring out rewards around participating. Okay? So, if we got rid of the farming, if they got rid of the autoing through early game RTA, all they need to do is add rewards for participation. If you auto, you get disqualified. You don't get participation rewards, right? You don't get your participation point. So, one thing I'm thinking is maybe they add a system where you get rewards for completing your placements. Then you also get like your season pass sort of rewards. You do like 50 wings, you get something. 100 wings, you get something. 150, you get something. 200, you get something. 300, 400, 500. And I'm thinking they introduce a reward in there that gives you something over time. So like for maybe finishing 50 wings, you get extra RTA points, like shop points, like glory points. 100 points, you get like an aura. 200 points or 150 points, you get more RTA points. 200, or even every 50 interval, you give like 50 energy, 100k energy, 100k mana. 50 energy, 100k mana. And then 100, you give the aura or you give the RTA glory points. Maybe when you get to like the 200 mark, you give out... no, I don't think they should do Devilmon. And the reason why I don't think they should do Devilmon in RTA is it forces those that aren't quite ready for RTA to do it. Not only for doing wings, because people will still auto or just lose them. No, so never lucky. You missed the earliest part of my conversation. The earliest part I said is there is no possibility of autoing. There is no possibility of letting it play automatically for you. Right? You have to play it out. You can't just quit out either. It needs to give a result over and after an X amount of turns, unless you have genuinely lost all 4 units. Or what they can allow is if they want an auto button to be in there, maybe you have to defeat an enemy's monster first before you can actually hit the auto button. You shouldn't be able to auto from turn 1. Okay? So, that's my thoughts around auto and RTA. I don't think auto should exist in RTA though. I'm going to get back to rewards. So, they should give out auras as a reward. They should give out... I'm thinking they should create a 4-star monster skin as well. And I think the 4-star monster skin should become a conqueror reward. And the aura should become a fighter reward. The 4-star skin should be obtainable by every player if they do 500 wings in the season. So they can create a special 4-star skin for that season and give it to everyone that does 500 wings. So you still get some sort of participation reward, but you only get 1. As a Conqueror player, you can get an extra 3 more. As a Guardian player, you get your 3 plus the 4. You get 4 in total. And that would be pretty cool. I would just pick 5 level 1 units. So my other suggestion is this, Maya. So with all this controversy around people picking units that do not have runes and like boosting players towards the end of the season, how about this? How about they removed, you cannot pick units that do not have runes on them. It makes it easier for you when you're drafting because it blocks all those units out from your vision and it only shows you the units you have available. Or it kind of grays them out. So then you can't pick units without runes in RTA. Yeah, so it blocks them all out. So what do you guys reckon of those sort of suggestions? So those are my minimal changes to RTA. And they could make the rewards for Fighter a lot better. I think they need to give out a little bit more for people that are trying to break into RTA. It's not hard to get into Fighter, right? But if you got people that are farming their way there for a long time, it kind of can be hard depending on who you pull.